Hey, it's Lina Washington coming to you from Stanford, the site of the first round of the women's NCAA basketball tournament. The UC Davis women's team coming here to face the Cardinal. After winning the Big West Conference tournament a week ago, they faced the Pac-12 champions and a perennial national championship contender. The second-seeded Cardinal came out on fire in this game, opening with a 15-0 run. Remember, UC Davis overcame a 17-point deficit in their conference championship game to make it here, but today, as they faced the early deficit against the number 6 team in the country, it was just too great to overcome. Stanford goes on to win its 13th straight game against UC Davis. 79-54 is your final. In her final game as an Aggie, UC Davis's all-time leading scorer, Morgan Birch, finishes with 25 points. And with this basket, she becomes the Big West Conference's third all-time leading scorer. Still a great season for UC Davis, finishing with a 25-7 overall record, going 15-1 in conference play en route to a conference tournament championship.
And we fell short today. You know, we wanted the big upset. We wanted to shock the world, and sometimes things just don't fall your way. You know, Stanford's an amazing team. We have so much respect for them. But it doesn't take away from what we accomplished this year. You know, we set our goals really high for ourselves. 3 straight Big West titles, and then finally getting to cut down those nets in the Honda Center is something that I will always remember, and I know they will too.
It goes to show just how supportive Davis is as a community, and how much love and support that they've shown us throughout my past 5 years here. It's really been amazing to get to see, you know, my entire family gets to come to. It was really awesome because it was so close, and I don't know, it's just really is fun to get to, you know, look up and see so much blue in that sea of red.
You can see more from the UC Davis Stanford women's basketball game on our ABC 10 YouTube channel, where we have extended highlights and full interviews with the players and coaches. Coming to you from Stanford, I'm Lina Washington, ABC 10 Sports.
Thank you, Lina. And those girls have no reason to hang their heads low. Congratulations on a wonderful season. Turning to the NBA now. Kings closing out their 4-game homestand with an opportunity for them to go 3-1 tonight with the win over the Phoenix Suns. To Golden One Center we go. Fans in attendance hoping to get a look at history tonight. Comedian and Davis native Hasan, Minhaj, and former LPGA superstar Annika Sorenstam joining Kings owner Vivek Ranadive. Everyone hoping to see Buddy Hield hit 3 3-pointers to pass Kings legend Peja Stojakovic for the franchise record, which is for the most threes made in a season. Now, Peja hit 243s in the 03-04 season, and in the second quarter tonight, it was Buddy Buckets time. He passed Stojakovic for the record. Now, as you see, Kings fans gave him a standing ovation for his accomplishment. Peja now serving as assistant general manager with the team, courtside to witness it all. Hield and Harrison Barnes scored 25 points each. Marvin Bagley a double-double off the bench. Kings beat the Suns 112-103. After the game, Buddy giving props to Peja.
Oh, he just tell me congrats. You know, Patriots is cool, man. He's just calm and collect, you know, and, I didn't see it coming this year, but, you know, that's how God works, you know. Like I said, he's been a big part of my success this year, and hats off to him, and, you know, he's still going to continue to help me grow and how I can be effective scorer in this league. Oh, it's special, man. I love the fans. You know, they're great. You know, they recognize it before I recognize it, you know, and I wonder why they're cheering so loud at the free throw line in my book. I thought they were trying to help book a Mr. Free Throw, and I heard a guy on the PA system just talk about, you know, the record and everything, so it's special, man. It's for the fans, man. They love it.
You know, I used to shoot like that in high school. We'll be right back after this.
Well, it's been less than 2 months since the New England Patriots won their NFL record 6th Super Bowl championship, and it's safe to say their star Rob Gronkowski was having a blast since then, as he's known to do. Now, we've already seen a couple major shakeups in the NFL offseason, but today the 29-year-old future Hall of Famer might have stolen the show by announcing his retirement. Gronk will go out as a 3-time Super Bowl champion, a 5-time Pro Bowler, and one of the best to ever play the game. During his 7 seasons in the NFL, he made himself a standout player in the Patriots organization. He set several receiving and scoring records in the NFL, and despite his lengthy history with injuries, Gronk was able to overcome and have an incredibly successful NFL career. All right, turning to football now with a U. Sacramento Republic FC back at Papa Murphy's Park for an early match this afternoon, hosting the Oklahoma City Energy, a club that has been hot to start the season. Sacramento hasn't been beaten this season so far, and today the club will be climbing in the standings as Jesuit High School product Cameron Iwasa, the club's all-time leading goal scorer, is padding his number even more this season. The local soccer star has made a lot of history, but today he had his first career hat trick. All 3 of Iwasa's goals scored in the first half, scoring in the 16th, 21st, and 27th minutes in these matches. Sacramento Republic SC going on to beat OKC 4-1 is your final. That's the first loss for the Energy this season. All right, the Sacramento Kings are preparing for tip-off against the Lakers at Staples Center. Final regular season meeting between the rivals, and the Kings are looking to stay hot, not only by splitting the season series, but picking up their second straight win to get to back above 500. No Harry Giles for the Kings tonight. He's missing his second straight game with a left thigh contusion. The Lakers playing shorthanded as well. They've gone 3-12 since the All-Star break. The Lakers will miss the postseason for the 6th straight year. The Kings still playing with purpose, even though they'll miss the playoffs for the 13th straight year. Buddy Hield set the franchise record for three-point shots made in a single season last night. He's still got 10 games left to add to it. Tonight's game, the first of 5 on the road for the Kings over the next week. And as you see, Marvin Bagley there, he is probably breathing a sigh of relief as his Duke Blue Devils survived an upset attempt by UCF, 77-76, the final. My bracket still somewhat intact with Duke still in the tournament, guys.
I was going to say, too, Lina, fortunately, my bracket's still intact, and at least 90% of America's bracket is still intact.
Yep.
But what a game there.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff. Thank you, Lina.
Can I just say how beautiful Lina looks with her hair like that?
Oh, Lina is slaying with that hairstyle. That goes without saying right there. Absolutely. You're slaying. And speaking of slaying, the next time you invite me over there to do a walkthrough, can you at least talk about my outfit?
Okay, you do look rather dapper, as always.
You too, Tracy. We'll see you back at 11 o'clock.
Well, Kevin John is working double duty tonight. We've got Toyota Sports Extra coming up right up for you in just a few minutes right here on Toyota Sports Extra. After going 3-1 at home this week, the Kings are looking to hit the road, and they take another loss to the Lakers. We'll show you what went wrong for Sacramento today and what went right last night for Buddy Hield, who made history for the Kings this week. And after 10 NFL seasons and 3 Super Bowl championships, Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski announces his retirement. We'll talk about what went into the 29-year-old's decision to hang him up. And we've got some March Madness to talk about, including the UC Davis women who made the trip to Stanford for their NCAA tournament game, while bringing the emotional reaction from one of the school's most prolific athletes in her final collegiate basketball game. Plus, we've got an exclusive interview with comedy star Hasan. You might recognize him. He's a Davis native. He's also from The Daily Show on Comedy Central. He's got his own Netflix show now. He happens to be a huge Kings fan, of course, and he likes ABC 10, so you won't want to miss that coming up in just a few minutes right here on ABC 10 on Toyota Sports Extra with me and Kevin. We're back after this.
You're watching Toyota Sports Extra.
Welcome to Toyota Sports Extra on ABC 10. I'm Lina Washington. He's Kevin John, and we've got a lot of ground to cover tonight. The Kings play 5 games in 7 days. Buddy Hield makes history, and Jimmer Fredette is back in Sacramento. We are bringing you up to speed on a busy week in Sacramento basketball.
Yeah, that's right. And we have seen Gronk spike for the last time. We have the details on the big retirement announcement coming from future Hall of Famer Rob Gronkowski.
It means a lot. It really does mean a lot. It's one of the coolest things I've done in my career. I'm not joking. That's awesome. I'm not even joking. 100,000% true.
Yeah, one of the biggest stars in comedy hails from Davis, and he isn't shy about his love for the Kings. We've got our exclusive interview with Hasan Minhaj coming up in just a few minutes. But let's begin with the Kings tonight on the road in LA after defeating the Suns last night to close out a 4-game homestand. Sacramento went 3-1 in that stretch. The one blemish, that dubious moment on Tuesday when the Kings gave up a 28-point lead, allowing the Brooklyn Nets to come in and hand them the worst loss of the season. But the Kings bouncing back nicely with 2 straight wins over Dallas and Phoenix. Buddy Hield and his Kings looking to get to above 500 once again. To La La Land we go. The Lakers, the losers of 5 straight. They're 3-12 since the All-Star break. They'll be missing the playoffs for the 6th straight season. A pretty disappointing season in his first year as a Laker for LeBron, but he had a pretty nice game against the Kings tonight. 29 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists for the King against the Kings, who have lost 2 of their first 3 meetings this season against the Lakers. In their final regular season meeting, Sacramento had a 49-48 lead at halftime. Marvin Bagley III leading the Kings in scoring off the bench with 25 points. He grabbed 11 rebounds in the second of back-to-back games for Sacramento, but the Lakers come out swinging in the second half. Kyle Kuzma scoring 21 of his 29 points in the third quarter, which opens with a 14-0 run by the Lakers. The Kings were never able to regain the lead in the second half. They came within 2 with 16 seconds left here. Bogdanovic knocking down a 3, but that's as close as Sacramento gets. The Kings don't come away with the win in LA. The Lakers are able to hold them off with a 111-106 win. The Lakers take the season series.
We force turnovers. Usually that doesn't happen on the second night of a back-to-back. We just made too many mistakes. We had down to 2 there, I think 4 or 5 possessions straight, and didn't get great looks, and the ball stopped moving. And sometimes that happens with a tired team and a tired young team especially.
I love back-to-backs, man. I love playing, man. I think it's fun. It didn't hurt us, just like I say, lack of communication. We thought we had coverages and then we blew it. It's everybody. It's not like one person. It's everybody. But it's something we got to get better at. We still got to be better, everybody collectively. It's not bad.
So the Kings' 5-game road trip taking them to the Lone Star State next, a rematch with the Mavericks coming up on Tuesday. The Kings won't be back in Sacramento until next month, April 2nd, when they host James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Kevin, just 3 home games remaining of the season, though. Can you believe it?
Yeah, Lina, I don't know. Even as the Kings season winds down in the playoffs, let's face it, it ain't happening. There's still plenty of things worth paying attention to with the Kings team on the rise, and last night taking center stage was Buddy Hield, chasing Peja Stojakovic last night in the Kings win over the Suns, but that wasn't the only cool moment from that game.
Bucks, goodbye. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball.
Beautiful steal there. De'Aaron just steps in the passing lane. And how about some major whammage? Whamming, slamming, and jamming.
Yeah, right. Whamming, slamming, jamming. That's De'Aaron Fox sealing the deal in the Kings win over the Suns to close out the homestand. But the moment everyone was waiting to see last night was, of course, Buddy Hield passing Peja Stojakovic. He needed 3 to pass the Kings legend for the franchise record for most threes in a season, and he tied and passed Peja in the second quarter last night. The old record was 243s. Peja, now the assistant general manager, sitting courtside to witness his record being shattered, and the Kings fans showing their appreciation with a standing ovation.
Oh, he just tell me congrats. Peja is cool, man. He's just calm and collect, and I didn't see it coming this year, but that's how God works. Like I said, he's been a big part of my success this year, and hats off to him. And he's still going to continue to help me grow and how I can be effective scorer in this league. Oh, it's special, man. I love the fans. They're great. They recognize it before I recognize it. And I wonder why they was cheering so loud at the free throw line with Book. I thought they was trying to help Book and Mr. Free Throw, and I heard a guy on the PA system just talk about the record and everything. So it's special, man. It's for the fans, man. They love it.
Such a humble guy. So Buddy Buckets, nice things to say about Peja Stojakovic, who he credits for being a big help to him as they enjoyed the finest season of his NBA career right here in Sacramento. Hield added 5 more three-pointers tonight, and that record will continue to climb with 9 games still remaining in the season. More Kings still to come in the show, and we're bouncing around the NBA in 30 seconds. All right, now let's take a look around the rest of the association. So far in the Western Conference, just 3 teams have secured playoff spots. One of those teams is Golden State, who is barely holding on to the top seed. So if they want to keep that number 1 seed, they need to avoid any L's from here on out. In other words, they can't lose. Warriors hosting the Pistons today. Golden State looking to bounce back after that horrendous 35-point loss to the Mavs last night. Were they sleeping? Who knows? Well, Steph Curry rested yesterday, so today he was ready to ball, and the chef was cooking. Curry led all players with 26 points in the game. Warriors led by 20 entering the fourth and never looked back. They beat Detroit 121-114. At this point, Golden State has just a half a game lead over the Nuggets in the West.
I think it goes hand in hand with how we want to finish the season. So if we take care of our business, more times than not, this last stretch of games, that should take care of itself. In doing that, you can judge, how we've been playing defensively, finding that offensive rhythm and balancing all the, talent we have out there on the floor, and building momentum. So unlike last year where we were kind of depleted because of injuries and Houston was kind of running away with that 1 seed, it's kind of a built-in goal to how we want to finish the year. So definitely important.
All right, the Nuggets at Indy to face the Pacers tonight. Denver currently the 2nd seed in the West, just a half game behind the Warriors. Bojan Bogdanovic, the difference maker in this one. He dropped 35 points, 26 of them coming in the first half. The Nuggets had no chance. Pacers spanking Denver 124-88 is the final. Denver losing ground on the Warriors in the West. And In Boston, the Spurs and Celtics, San Antonio currently holding down the 8th and final playoff spot in the West. LaMarcus Aldridge putting on a show tonight. The Spurs big man dropping 48 points and grabbing 13 rebounds as the Spurs hand the Celtics their 4th straight loss, 115-96, one full game separating the Spurs at the 8th seed with the Clippers holding on to the 5th seed. When we come back on Toyota Sports Extra on ABC 10, our sports producer Sean Cunningham and probably about 90% of people who filled out brackets this year breathing a sigh of relief as Duke gets a scare. We're talking March Madness next.
Yes, and one of the biggest stars in the NFL is retiring before he turns 30. We've got more on the breaking news coming out of New England.
Hornets got a pair. Lamb lost it. Has to fire. Oh! Jeremy Lamb wins it.
My goodness, was there even a debate on what our Toyota top play tonight would be? What a shot. That was courtesy of Jeremy Lamb of the Charlotte Hornets, and probably one of the most ridiculous game winners you'll ever see. That three-pointer gave the Hornets a 115-114 win over the Raptors. That's the second longest game-winning buzzer beater in the past 20 seasons. Of course, we all remember when Tyreek Evans did that. And best of all, that shot still keeps Charlotte's playoff hopes alive. Incredible shot, definitely worthy of our Toyota top play.
Toyota is #1 MPG safety and value. Toyota, let's go places. Toyota Sports Extra will be right back.
Welcome back in. Well, work productivity has definitely slowed down around here as the NCAA basketball tournament. I know I can speak for myself. It's slowed down.
Yeah, we're all glued to the television watching crazy upsets, finishes, overtimes as teams survive and advance. In the big dance, I know with the brackets I filled out this year, I was holding my breath for the end of Duke's second-round game against UCF. The top-seeded Blue Devils, led by Zion Williamson, one of the most hyped-up college players in recent memory, in trouble against Number 10, Central Florida. This is the ending you have to see. 4 minutes left. UCF is threatening. The lead is going back and forth down the stretch, and with 45 seconds left, UCF up by 3. Williamson gets the bucket, draws the foul, misses the free throw. RJ Barrett is there to get that one to fall for 2 points. Duke takes the lead with 11 seconds left, but UCF has a chance to win it. Hold your breath, girl. The Knights just can't get this shot to fall, not once, but twice. And maybe even 3 times. It was just so close as David falls short of knocking off Goliath in college basketball. Duke surviving a major upset. 76 is your final. The Blue Devils are going on to the Sweet 16. Tough loss for the Knights.
Oh, my goodness. What a game there. All right, well, turning now to football, to another football. Can we kick it? Yes, we can. Sacramento Republic FC back at Papa Murphy's Park for an early match this afternoon, hosting the Oklahoma City Energy, a club that has been red hot pretty much to start the season. Sacramento hasn't been beaten this season, and after today, the club will be climbing in the standings. Jesuit High School product Cameron Iwasa, the club's all-time leader goal scorer, padding his number even more this season. The local soccer star had made a lot of history, but today, his first career hat trick. How about that? All 3 of Iwasa's goals scored in the first half, scoring in the 16th, 21st, and 27 minutes in this match. Sacramento Republic wins 4-1 to hand OKC its first loss of the season.
Republic heading to Seattle to face the Sounders FC 2 next Monday, a week from Monday, I should say. They will return to Papa Murphy's Park on April 6th when they host Austin. All
right, turning now to America's favorite pastime, baseball, where after spending about a week in Japan to open the season, the Oakland A's had to jump right back into spring training mode as they return to the East Bay.
Yeah, Oakland dropped both games against the Mariners in Japan earlier this week. Today, entering the Bay Bridge Series against the Giants, an opportunity to turn and fine-tune some things there before the season starts.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's head on over to the Coliseum, Lina, where the Battle of the Bay begins their exhibition series. This first one in Oakland, next to at Oracle Park in San Francisco, and that's Ramon Laureano taking Travis Bergen deep, putting the A's on top 5-0. I know these games still don't count yet, but the Giants were held scoreless, producing just 3 hits on the day. That is not good. Derek Rodriguez, still not looking great, allowed 2 runs in the opening inning. 3 overall. A's win at 5-0. They'll head across the Bay tomorrow. This game is at 6:45. The season will begin across Major League Baseball on Thursday. Can you believe it? Baseball is back. All right, well, it's been less than 2 months since the New England Patriots won their NFL record 6th Super Bowl championship. And it's safe to say their star tight end, Rob Gronkowski, yeah, that guy is having a blast. And he's known to do a thing or two. Now, we've already had a couple of major shakeups in the NFL offseason, but today the 29-year-old future Hall of Famer might have stolen the show by announcing his retirement to the world. Oh, I'm going to miss this guy. Gronk will go out as a 3-time Super Bowl champion, a 5-time Pro Bowler, and one of the best to ever play the game during his 10 seasons in the NFL. He made himself a standout player in the Patriots organization, set several receiving, scoring records, and spike records in the NFL. And despite his lengthy injury history, Gronk was able to overcome and have a pretty darn successful NFL career.
Yeah, he said it's been taking a toll on his body, so hey, you've already reached the pinnacle a couple times. Why not get your money, hang him up, and celebrate your 30th birthday in a couple weeks. When we come back on Toyota Sports Extra on ABC 10, there's no days off when you're an NBA coach, especially when it's Ag Day. We're hanging out with Coach Yeager and some kids and some horses next.
Yeah, look at that. And one of the brightest stars in comedy happens to be one of the biggest Kings fans you'll find. Oh, yeah. We're talking to Hasan Minhaj next.
Welcome back. There were some familiar faces sitting with Kings owner Vivek Ranadive at last night's Kings game. Former LBGA superstar Annika Sorenstam and comedian Hasan Minhaj. Quite possibly you're unfamiliar with Minhaj. He is a stand-up comedian who hosts his own show on Netflix called Patriot Act. The 33-year-old writer, actor, and Peabody Award winner even hosted the White House Correspondents' Dinner in 2017. But Hasan Minhaj is a native of Davis. His biggest label might be that of a diehard Kings fan. So he spoke with our own Sean Cunningham last night about his love for the Sacramento Kings.
I mean, it was incredible. It was like a dream come true. I grew up like watching games at Arco Arena and watching the games. I was there during the heyday. White Chocolate, Mike Bibby, the whole thing. Yeah.
And so you have appreciation for Peja, and you get to see his record broke tonight.
Yeah, and I told Peja, I was like, look, man, just know that your legacy lives on, even though Buddy took the crown. But yeah, man, forever purple, baby. I mean, how do I put it in words?
For you, I mean, I know you have stardom of your own, but to go from being a Davis kid to sitting courtside for the team you loved, growing up for, sitting right next to the owner. You ever pinch yourself?
That was wild. I mean, it was really wild. I was like, I cannot believe we're here. It was really cool. My family came. My parents were here. My wife was here. My sister's here. It really is a full circle moment. It was beautiful.
I get why we all love making fun of Ben Carson. He's slow. He's sleepy. He's like the sloth from Zootopia. But we can't let that distract us from the fact that Carson is doing real damage to real lives. That's not funny.
How hard is it to get back here?
How hard is it?
Yeah, with your schedule, to get back in this area.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we wrapped season 2, I flew out here. I've been trying to come see a game for a long time, and everyone in the front office was amazing. I got to meet Vladdy. Vladdy was like hanging out with me. It was really amazing, man. Awesome. Yeah, it means a lot. It really does mean a lot. It's one of the coolest things I've done in my career. I'm not joking.
That's awesome.
I'm not even joking. 100,000% true.
Wow.
Yeah, my love for the Kings is extremely high, and my hatred for the Lakers is even higher. And so, this is home to me, man.
And they're up next.
It really is.
And they're out of the playoffs.
It really is. And I love every minute of it because their fans are horrible, and it is what it is. The 2002 Western Conference Finals it just haunts me every day. I have a lot of fears. I mean, sometimes I've had stage fright at certain moments, and then I also think about that 2002 game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crippling, right?
Oh, man. Don't bat it out to Robert, please.
No.
Please don't.
You got to come down with that.
Yeah, I know. Just come down with the ball.
You ever tell that to Vladdy?
I couldn't tell it to Vladdy. I couldn't.
He knows.
I couldn't. He knows.
Yeah,
he knows. The past is the past, and sometimes when you're in a loving relationship, you gotta forgive the past.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's real love.
That's awesome. I
Vladdy,
appreciate you, man.
Vladdy, I forgive you and I love you, and I accept you for who you are, and that is true unconditional love. Forever purple.
Big thanks to Hasan Minhaj for taking the time out of his busy day schmoozing with the Kings brass and enjoying a game here at the Golden One Center. We hope to see him again courtside. He doesn't get to make it out much. I mean, he's over there, entertaining presidents and media members and touring the world and winning awards and stuff like that. If you haven't seen Patriot Act on Netflix, highly recommend it. I get to watch it like every Friday or whenever it drops. He also gives a shout out to a couple California League baseball teams, including the Modesto Nuts in one of his Patriot Act episodes, so be sure to check that out. Shout out Hasan Minhaj, coming to a Kings game and talking to ABC 10. Kevin?
Absolutely. All right, well, keeping with the Kings, who could forget this image at last year's Ag Day in Sacramento? Yeah, look at that. Hey, Sacramento Kings head coach Dave Yeager showing off his goat herding skills. Now, it's not every day you see an NBA coach hanging out with goats. Well, Dave Yeager does, and for the second straight year, the Coaches Foundation partnered with Raley's and the California Farm Bureau Federation to treat 1,000 city kids to spend a day on the farm to show them the importance of agriculture in our state.
Pretty neat when you realize, there's 1,000 kids last year and 1,000 kids come out again this year. Watching those aha moments that the kids have, like, oh, this is really cool. This is something maybe I'd be interested in, or, oh, I didn't know that, and where our food comes from. Or corn is a grain and a vegetable. Yep. And did I eat it in my cereal this morning? Yes, you did. So those little aha moments, or the things that pique a kid's interest, are really touching for me. A lot of kids don't get to realize where our food comes from, and there's not a better place in the world, I don't think, than Sacramento as a capital of farm to fork. It's a tremendous opportunity to provide these kids with some information, and I'm sure they love getting outside, and it's different than being in the classroom all day, and something different for them.
Coming up, if you're trying to tell the Eaton twins apart, your best bet is just to look at their jersey numbers. Meet this week's sports standouts next. Well, it's time for this week's Dignity Health Sports Standout. Last week, we introduced you to a pair of seniors on the UC Davis women's basketball team, and in case you didn't notice, they are identical twin sisters. Carly and Courtney Eaton came to Davis as a package deal, and now they can say they closed out their college careers as champions.
We have a good relationship, and I think our relationship on the court's really good as well. So we're each other's biggest supporters, so it's really nice.
Just from playing together for so long, we just have such a great feel for each other. So we have a lot of fun out there. It's just kind of always been our biggest goal, is just to have fun.
UC Davis guards Courtney and Carly Eaton like to spread the fun by sharing the ball.
They're amazing passers. I mean, being a post player and having someone that can pass you the ball like that makes your life so much easier, and it's just so much fun. Like, even just watching them play, and we call it twin time.
UC Davis's all-time leading scorer, Morgan Birch, lives with the Eaton sisters, so she gets extra twin time, even when they're not all playing on the floor together. Carly and Courtney making their teammates feel more like family.
Two of the most selfless individuals I've ever been around. Just so fun. They bring that twin vibe, obviously, which is like that sisterhood. And really the sisterhood has grown because of them.
We have such great support system here at Davis, and just the community is amazing. So, man, I'm so thankful for the 4 years that I've been here. And, what a better way to cap it off than the tournament championship, and that's the goal.
The Eaton twins are identical in almost every way, so if you're trying to figure out how to tell them apart, your best bet is probably just to look at their jersey numbers.
My family still does this even after 22 years, but I have a freckle under my right eye, so most people look for that. If you can't see that, then
good luck.
I have more freckles in general, but it's tough.
I remember one time in high school, someone's like, hey, Lefty's the one with this headband. I just took it off. And so it was harder to tell in high school and stuff. But
sometimes they'll forget, oh, which one's the lefty, which one's the righty, because we shoot with different hands and stuff. It's fun to hear other teams talk about who they're guarding and stuff.
For those wondering, Carly is older by 1 minute, but Courtney answers the other question on everyone's mind. Which twin would win in one-on-one competition?
But if we play one-on-one, I just force her right, shut her down.
That was my follow-up. Oh, man, don't get me started.
Wow, gotta love the friendly sibling rivalry there. Well, the Eatons of the Aggies were looking to make a Cinderella run in the women's NCAA basketball tournament yesterday at Stanford, but the second-seeded Cardinals just too much for UC Davis in this matchup. Stanford came out swinging, opening with a 15-0 run. It was 49-26 Stanford at half, and the deficit was just too much for the Aggies to overcome. Against the number 6 team in the country, UC Davis's season unfortunately comes to an end with a 79-54 loss in the first round of the Big Dance, but still plenty for this team to be proud of this season.
We fell short today. We wanted the big upset. We wanted to shock the world, and sometimes things just don't fall your way. Stanford's an amazing team. We have so much respect for them. But it doesn't take away from what we accomplished this year. We set our goals really high for ourselves. 3 straight Big West titles, and then finally getting to cut down those nets in the Honda Center is something that I will always remember, and I know they will too.
It goes to show just how supportive Davis is as a community, and how much love and support that they've shown us throughout my past 5 years here. It's really been amazing to get to see, my entire family gets to come to. It was really awesome because it was so close, and I don't know, it's just really is fun to get to, look up and see so much blue in that sea of red.
So the UC Davis women finished with a 25-7 record. Before their loss to Stanford, they had won 16 straight games, and you saw senior Morgan Birch there. She, again, going out as the school's all-time leading scorer in men's and women's basketball, and she was also the leading scorer in yesterday's game with 25 points. Great player. She is hoping to play professionally, so we look forward to seeing her in her next chapter.
Oh, yeah.
We're back after this. On a quick NASCAR note, Elk Grove native Kyle Larson finishing 18th at Martinsville. Brad Keselowski coming away with the win there. The Kings are on the road. We will see if they can close out this season strong. 3 more home games, Kevin. You think they get to 40 wins?
I think they'll still get to that 7th seed.
All right.
No one ever. And happy belated birthday to Lina, too. She